Once you've chosen which image you would like to draw, you've edited it, you've changed the colors, you've put a filter on it if you need a filter, you have made all the adjustments that you need to make to this image, it's time to start drawing. Remember that anytime we start laying things out on our paper, you want to begin from really general to specific. So it's called blocking in, and I'm going to try to make sure that I have space for, I know that the head of my creature goes off the page and kind of takes up a big amount of space like this, that his body actually comes down off the page over here and a little bit on this side. I can also kind of block in a general shape for his hands and kind of largely like where structures of his face will go. And I know this looks really, really basic. However, from here, now that I know it's gonna fit on the page in the correct spot, I can start actually refining it. When you're ready to start coloring, I want you to remember everything we've learned about layering our colored pencils. When you look at this picture, I know you see a lot of warm tones, yellows, oranges, reds, and even a touch of purple. That doesn't mean that everywhere where my monster is yellow, I want to color my heart out yellow and just leave it at that. There's lots of small shifts in color that we need to pay attention to. So I want you to first start by picking one area. I'm going to start kind of on his face and thinking about where are the lightest colors, where are the darkest colors. Some people like to start with the very, very darkest color, like his pupil, and color that in first. I tend to find that it's a little unnerving and strange, so I'm going to begin with my lighter colors and start to build towards the darker ones. Remember that one of the nicest things about Prismacolors is that light colors, to a degree, can go over darker colors, as long as you're pressing lightly for each layer, not pushing real hard. So let me get this back up so you can see my drawing. And I'm going to begin with my lightest yellow into some of the areas that I know are going to be very, very light. And I'm even going to go past where it's the very lightest into some of the darker areas so that I can actually keep that undercolor going. As long as I don't color too hard, I can layer lots and lots of times. So I'm giving him a little bit of a base color here. Now, all this would change drastically if you decide to do like an impressionistic coloring of this. Maybe I'll do one of those later for fun, just to show you kind of what it would look like. Now in some sections there's little highlights, so I can add those in with my white, because my creature is made of plastic. And then I'm going to start working into some of the oranges. I'm just doing a little bit at a time. Okay, I'm going to switch over into time-lapse mode so you don't have to watch this for 5 hours. Small, thin layers, and you'll really start to see the colors shifting and changing. This is the key. Don't go crazy with it. Quick color theory time. You may wonder why I am using this purple colored pencil so much to work on my shadows. Anybody want to take a guess as to why? Hint, hint, you learned this last week. Nobody? Okay. Well, basically, I'm using the purple so much as a way to shadow my yellow oranges because purple is its complementary color. And that way, I'm going to create interesting shadows without it being flattened out by the black colored pencil. Again, I know you guys have somewhat limited colored pencils while you're at home, so you might have to kind of make do with what you got, but try, even very lightly, to use that complementary color sometimes.